Was she an innocent victim in a vicious battle for control of a billion-dollar corporation?
That leads us to speculate that possibly it was a hired killing.
Now, in an exclusive interview, the company founder talks about the bitter feud that has split his wealthy family in two and the violent death of his daughter-in-law. It's Death in a Family Divided on hard copy.
Tomorrow night at 6:30 on KCPQ 13 Fox.
A split-second rescue uncovers enemies in a drug war on the next episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Tonight at midnight.
Wisconsin, the hat capital of the nation, it's my talk show, starring Jennifer Bass. Tonight, Jennifer beams up her special guest star from Star Trek, William Captain Kirk Shatner, as well as Jennifer's best friend...
Hold it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Tom, we're gonna have to... Thanks. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Eric.
Eric, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You were doing a great job. You've got an old copy of the opening. Everybody, William Shatner is the guest on the show, and we're just delighted to have him here, but... Every time he's on a talk show, all they ever talk about is, Star Trek, and he's a feature film director. Mr. Shatner is an author. He's a horse breeder. He's a distinguished Shakespearean actor. So we thought that tonight we'd just give him a huge break, and we're just not going to talk about you-know-what. So, you know what, why don't you just take it from the, and here's Jennifer Bass part.
Okay. And here's Jennifer Bass.
Hey! Introduction, Eric. Mrs. Battle, I forgot to ask you, are you excited about William Shatner?
Oh, yes, I am, but I'm more excited about my feet. I mean, they're killing me.
Well, let's just get right to our guest. We know him as a hard-hitting dramatic actor, but Mr. Shatner is now also a novelist with the publication of his new futuristic thriller, Tech War. It's set in 20th, second century Los Angeles. I bet it's fabulous.
Greetings, Earthlings. You need not fear me. Do not be alarmed. I have already eaten.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You look like a big fly.
Damn it, Jen, I'm a Klingon, not a fly. You know, Klingon, like in Star Trek,
So
man.
we're not going to talk about Star Trek. I just did this...
Would you put some of this on the back here so this damn thing will stay on my head? That is my Earth name, but you may call me Persis Kimbata. Persis Kimbata, you know that real sexy bald-headed Indian lady from the first Star Trek movie?
Look, you guys, stop it. William Shatner is the guest, not Captain Kirk, okay? The sooner you guys get out of these pathetic whatever they are, the sooner we can just get on with the real show, okay? All right, listen, we're gonna go to a commercial now, and we'll be right back after this.
My Talk Show is brought to you in part by JCPenney, where fashion comes to life.
It's a special celebration.
It's JCPenney Days, and it's the one sale you won't want to miss, with store-wide savings for you, your family, and home, only through Saturday.
JCPenney, where fashion comes to life.
Got a cold? You gotta get relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. When you gotta get relief, you gotta get Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Front desk. Oh, you forgot your toothbrush. Couldn't you just borrow a toothbrush from one of the other guests?
Don't take chances. With Holiday Inn's Forget Something program, if you forget anything like a toothbrush, we'll give you one free. Because we know that little things can make a big difference.
think you're in luck.
The Forget Something program at Holiday Inn.
Next on A Current Affair.
In the movie Heathers, a young teenager poisons her best friend. After watching the movie, police say a 14-year-old girl laced food with rat poison and fed it to her two young friends. The poison picnic. Also, in, out, in, out, in, out. Hollywood Vogue.
A Current Affair tomorrow night at 7:30 on KCPQ 13 Fox.
Think you can mix a bowl of cereal with more vitamin and mineral nutrition than Total?
Sure. Add a little of this. And a little of this.
You're missing calcium.
We'll add some of this.
Too little iron.
We'll add some of this.
A bowl of all those put together can't top one bowl of Total. One bowl of whole wheat Total has 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals.
I'll add this.
For vitamin and mineral nutrition, nothing can top Total. Nothing.
That's funny.
Hi, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome William Shatner!
Thank you very much, too. Is this the whole town? That's great. That's great, thank you. Oh my gosh.
It's such a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you on the show, and I just want to tell you what an enormous fan I am of Rescue 911.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I'm just delighted to be here, and I feel so good, you know, that we made this agreement. We're not going to talk about what, you know.
I know. I'm so glad you feel that way, because considering the scope of your talent, the body of work you've done, I think that the attention that Star Trek gets is just way out of proportion.
Well, I agree, you know. I mean, some people recognize me as T.J. Hooker, you know. And,
Exactly. Oh, God, Jen, help! Help! You have to help!
I told you to get out of those stupid
Oh, God, Jen, we tried. We did try, but he had some kind of allergic reaction or something. His head's all swollen up in there. We can't get this thing off.
Mr. Shatner, I am
How do you do, Mr. Shatner? It is a pleasure to meet you.
This is my best friend, Angela, and this is my brother-in-law, Marty Disler.
This is not okay.
This is really very serious. This is an allergic reaction, I think, you know. I saw a man that was bitten by a brown recluse spider once. His head swelled up to a medicine-size ball size. He was begging to be shot.
Marty, do you want us to shoot you?
How many fingers do I have up? This is really very bad. This is a very serious situation. We've got to do something about it.
Well, what can we do? What can we do?
I'll tell you what we can do here. Just a second. I have the solution. Hello? Hello, 911. This is William Shatner. We have an emergency here. And... Oh, thank you very much. Well, yeah. Look, we have an emergency with there's a young man seems to be suffocating under a Klingon-type helmet here. Yes, it is Marty Disler. They want to know if you've been into that dairy creamer. Have you been into that? Yes, he has. He has. They say you'll be all right, Marty, but they're going to send over a paramedic just in case. Thank you very much.
That was incredible. I mean, talk about reality television, folks. The host of 911 actually calling 911. That was great.
That's all right, and I'm going to go now.
What do you mean? Where are you?
What do you mean, where am I going? You asked me to come over here and be on your talk show and not talk about Star Trek. And you mention it every third word. I mean, come on. And then you bring on these demented buffoons, and you make a crude parody of a very fine show that has brought meaning to thousands of lives that otherwise would have been useless. And so that's a shame. That's really a shame on you, Jennifer. Shame on you. I'm leaving.
Buffoons, huh?
Well, I got over here as fast as I could, Mr. Shatner. Whoa, Mr. Shatner. How are you? Marvel, listen, come on. You can give me a hand. Just the fellow I need. Well, look at that now. Just as I thought. All the blood's rushed into his dome, huh? What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to cut the flow of blood off to his head so we can get this helmet off. Now look, I know you're not the one with the pointy ears. But you must have seen him do it 1,000,000 times, huh?
I will not do the pinching thing.
Well, damn it, Bill, I'm a paramedic, not a doctor. This man's life's in peril.
All right, just this once.
Pull, now, fast.
I just don't want to do that again.
Okay, all right. That's amazing, huh?
That's the irony. I mean, the host of 911 calls 911 and then helps the guy from 911 to save the victim's life. I mean, that was incredible.
And how does he do it? How does he do it but with the Vulcan neck thing from the Star Trek show, huh?
I don't want to talk about
Oh, geez, I love that there Star Trek show. Watch it all the time. You and the crew of the Enterprise out and about in the universe. Boy, that was something. Right out there.
What did you say?
I said I love the Star Trek thing.
No. After the Star Trek, what you said?
You and the crew of the Enterprise out and about in the
out and about. Out and about. Out and about. There's only one place in the universe that says out and about. That's Are you Canadian? You're Canadian.
Geez, the cat's out of the bag and running around now, though, ain't he?
I'll tell you how I know. I'm a Canadian too.
Get out!
Get out! Get out! Get out and about! That's what I'm saying. I'm a Canadian.
Captain Kirk's a Canuckian.
Yes!
Well, I should have known, you know, because you're so nice and polite and everything.
Well,
a Canadian will take a puck in the mouth and thank you for it.
I know.
Listen, stick around. How about that? He shoots, he scores.
I got it right here.
Why don't you stick around and chew the fat about the old country?
I would love this. I can't think of anything I'd rather do than talk turkey with you like another Canuck. You couldn't get me out of here with a cherry bomb left over from Queen Victoria Day.
Victoria Day.
I know something about Canada. That Prime Minister's wife is a slut.
Oh, no. That was 3 prime ministers ago.
Okay, Mr. Shatner, you are not going to believe this, okay? This is unbelievable. My best friend's wife is a nurse in Toronto. Suzanne, you know her?
Shut your mouth.
Mr. Shatner, if you promise to stay, you can talk about anything you want.
Oh, really? Well, that would be great, but if I have my little buddy Bucky around.
Oh, marvel at that. I'm Captain Kirk's little buddy.
My little buddy Bucky.
We'll be right back after this.
Just imagine. Swatch. There are no limits.
Pringles. Once you pop, fresh, you can't stop. Ow! You hear 'em. You grab 'em. You want 'em. You crunch 'em. Crunch 'em, you crunch 'em. Once you pop, Pringles, you can't stop.
Try new cheddar and sour cream ripple. It's a new pop hit.
We're from
We
different
almost broke up
planets.
over the
He likes the
wallpaper.
cold.
I want a
need a
dog.
blanket
She
in the
wants a
summer.
cat.
But now
Finally,
there's
we found
something we
something we
both
both
agree
love.
on.
Oldies
Oldies 97.3 KBSG.
I told him,
you should try my radio station.
It's good
Fun
time rock
oldies
and
makes
roll.
you feel good.
Finally, fun oldies on FM. Oldies 97.3 KBSG.
This is my radio station.
It's my radio station. Okay.
Our radio station.
Everybody agrees on Oldies 97.3 KBSG. All good time oldies all the time.
Keenan Ivory Wayans, the comedy genius behind the hottest, hippest show on television.
It's a very weird feeling to think that you could get a check for what I used to get a spanking for.
And Malcolm Forbes Jr., all on the next Personalities with Charlie Rose.
Tonight at 11:30 on KCPQ 13 Fox.
I'm Keith Shipman.
And I'm Mike Price. Want the inside scoop on Cougar football? There's only one way to find out.
Join us for the Cougs with Mike Price, Saturday morning at 10 on KCPQ 13 Fox.
Hi, everybody. We're back with our special guest this evening, William Shatner, who seems to be... rediscovering his Canadian roots, along with our own Bucky Fergus, who also turns out to be a Canadian. So I think this is our Canadian show. Yeah.
Bill, have you ever seen the Queen's bum on a $2 bill?
No, I haven't seen the Queen's bum.
Look at that. You just fold that one cheek over and you're laughing.
Oh, that's... okay, I don't get this. What's the big deal with all this Canada stuff, you know? I mean, it's like really, you know?
Yeah, like who really cares who won the Stanley Cup in 1956?
The Montreal Canadiens! Vive la Vedon! All right, I'm gonna handle this. Okay, excuse me, boys. Like, you know, Canadians aren't that different than Americans, all right? So just like... All right, that's it.
Huh.
That is it, Buster. I mean, I think that you Americans have to give us Canadians some serious thought, you know?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon? I'm talking about respect, Buster. You know? You know what I'm going to do? I'm declaring this part here as the Canadian parallel. This is the 49... everything back of the kitchen here is Canada.
Wait a minute.
Yes. This is the 49th parallel. And anybody comes through here is subject to the Canadian laws and the English laws of the sovereign queen. Long live the queen. Long live the queen.
Long live her.
Wait a minute.
Oh, long God save the Queen of Canada.
We'll be right back after this message.
Today in music history, brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus Allergy Medicine.
Keep well, and when you dream...
On the bestseller list for 198 weeks, West Side Story, the original soundtrack, hit #1 today, October 1st, 1962.
Help, my eyes are on fire. We ask sinus and allergy sufferers to draw on their experience and show us their pressure and pain.
Feels like a medieval torture device.
That's why the makers of Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine created a new maximum-strength sinus allergy medicine, specially designed with an antihistamine, a decongestant, and a pain reliever to take care of all these symptoms. So don't doodle around. Get serious relief with new Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus Allergy Medicine.
Once upon a time, Charles Grodin was the king of L.A. talk radio psychologists. And Dan Aykroyd was the king of the crazies, locked up behind bars.
Those vampires are sucking the life out of me!
But that was before the big breakdown, and the even bigger breakout. Now it's Dr. Dan on the radio, in the funniest fraud ever to hit the airwaves. Dan Aykroyd, Charles Grodin, and Walter Matthau, The Couch Trip.
Tuesday at 8 on KCPQ 13. Wednesday.
You think I killed my wife? Prove it.
Jeff Bridges, the accused.
I'm dropping the case.
Glenn Close, his defense.
It's my life. You can't.
This time, the attorney-client privilege goes too far.
He is not a psychopath. He is an Iceman. He is a monster.
No!
Shagged Edge. Wednesday at 8 on KCPQ 13 Fox.
My shot?
Yeah, your shot.
Okay. Cellophane check. You got cellophane.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Welcome to my talk show. We've got kind of a situation unfolding here. My guest, William Shatner, and our own local fireman, Bucky Fergus, have seized the kitchen and parts beyond, as they call it, and they're holding it ransom. They're claiming it Canadian sovereign territory.
Right, Jennifer, we're playing hardball now, you know? The United States has been pushed around for way too long. We're not going to take it anymore. It's time to fight back, right?
All right, it's okay. Can I still be nice to the guests, though?
Absolutely not. They're enemy nationals.
Well,
You know, this situation calls for a little international diplomacy, all right? Just make way for Angela Kissinger. Yo, Canadians!
Yeah?
Do y'all allow smoking over there?
In Canada, we smoke like fiends. Come on
Great,
over.
I'm coming.
hey,
You traitor!
you're just going across the border.
You traitor!
Oh.
Bienvenue. Welcome to the coal country.
Oh,
In
thanks,
French,
Buck.
it's bienvenue.
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 Ooh. I got a kiss. I got a kiss.
This is some talk show. I'll say.
Mon Dieu, merci.
Have a seat. Come on.
She
Pull up a
speaks
chair.
French, too.
Just playing catch.
You know, I gotta give it to you guys. You know, I never much liked Yankees myself, being from the South and everything. You know, my granddaddy wouldn't even let him in the house unless they was dead.
Hey, get out of our way. We just broke up from the
USA. Not too big and not too small, just the size of Montreal.
Gima, I wanna go.
Back to Ontario.
Gima, I wanna go home.
Home, 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 home.
Ça voilà. C'est bon.
Oh, fellas, that was just a wonderful thing. Thank you so much. And thanks for the smoke. I appreciate it.
Yo ho ho. Now, where do you think you're going, Toots?
Well, I just thought I'd go back to the States.
No, you can't go back for the duration.
The duration of what?
Duration of hostilities. You Americans think you can just sashay across the border like that as though it didn't exist? No, my dear.
So you're telling me I'm a hostage?
That's your word, not ours.
Oh. Great. Well, there you have it. Our hopes for an easy solution to this problem, an easy settlement, have totally been dashed. Angela, are they treating you well?
Oh, are you kidding? Just fine, honey. Probably doing better than you are. The bathroom's on Canadian territory. Come to think of it, I'm gonna check out that scenery.
My talk show, American Sector.
Yes, hello. This is Rick Merriweather here at the State Department in Washington, D.C. I'm the night intern for the Second Under Assistant Secretary for Canadian Affairs. I'm in charge here.
The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching!
I just wanted to assure all you Americans in the Wisconsin area that President Bush is monitoring the situation, and we will use every means possible to ensure the safety and to protect vital American dairy interests. The Canadians should be aware that Americans have never been and never will be dependent upon foreign cheese.
What did okay. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm sure that everyone wants to avoid any further escalation of this international incident. Am I right?
You made your bed, little lady. You sleep in it.
Look, everybody. All right, okay. I have an idea. Isn't your problem the fact that you think that Canadians don't think that Americans understand that you have your own identity, your own culture?
That's absolutely right.
Okay, great. Okay, so how about maybe they would understand you better if they just got to know you a little better, you know? Marty, why don't you take the microphone and go up into the audience and kind of get things going, and I'll just get things going down here. Mr. Shatner, how do Canadians feel about Jerry Lewis?
Well, they in French Canada, they consider him a genius. Believe me, in English-speaking Canada, we find his appeal as baffling as you people.
Great. Okay, so there you see we all have something in common.
Jen, we have a question over here.
Okay.
Yeah, is it true that beavers are kept as house pets and are common as dogs?
Yes, it's true. In Canada, a beaver is man's best friend.
Hey, Bucky, if you're so crazy about Canada, why'd you leave?
It was during the dark days of the Vietnam era. Most of the American boys were overseas or either up in Canada singing folk songs. Well, I figured there'd be plenty of poontang stateside, so I shot down for a peek. Yeah, fact is, I fell in love, got married, and had 4 or 5 kids.
4 or 5?
Don't get me on a technicality. That's Doreen's department, okay? Anyway, Doreen, the wife, she's American. My children are American, and, well, I guess there comes a time in a fella's life when he's either got to fish or cut bait. And I gotta figure out under which flag I owe my allegiance.
Bucky. You've already made your decision, Bucky. You know, Canada can't be defined geographically or politically. It's a state of mind that's etched in your heart and in the hearts of everyone that is born in Canada, wherever they are. Be it Toronto, Moose Jaw, Thunder Bay, Little Rock, New Mexico. For over a century, Canadians have flocked to the siren call of the good old US of A. Let's face it, if you've got a good job stateside and you're drawing and you can take pride in your Canadian heritage and still live in the United States, like Voltaire said. The best of all possible worlds, you see.
Huh.
Hey?
That's it, though, isn't it? God love you, but that's it, eh?
That's it, eh?
Absolutely. For the first time in my life, I feel comfortable about being Canadian and drawing an American paycheck.
As you should. I mean, being a Canadian, getting an American paycheck is as Canadian as apple pie.
Ma'am, we always get our man.
Oh, geez, the long arm of the law's finally caught up with me. I should have kept my Kate Cole shut about sneaking across the border.
What's the charge?
High treason. You can't take a kitchen and call it Canada.
Wait a minute. Don't take me back there, please. No, don't take me back there. It's very lonely out there. There's nobody up there.
Can't help you out.
The beaver is the house pet there, and it's cold. I'll rot to death. I would. Listen to me, you fool. I'm Captain Kirk.
Yeah, sure. Now he wants to talk about Star Trek. Oh, yeah.
I really think that we just learned more about the Canadian experience in this brief half hour than was really necessary, or certainly even healthy. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Tonight, a sauce everybody will love. Ragu, old world style.
Yeah, right. Excellent, Mom.
Ragu old world style. When it comes to sauce, there's only one question.
It is estimated that over 20 million people will battle nighttime colds this year.
It's time for maximum strength.
Countless hours of rest will be lost. Lives disrupted.
It's time for maximum strength. Benadryl Plus Nighttime Cold Formula. Because even NyQuil doesn't give you all maximum strength ingredients. Relieve your congestion, aches, fever, and sneezing. Get Benadryl Plus Nighttime. Get maximum strength ingredients for the nighttime cold war.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my talk show, and I wish that my guest was here so that I could thank him in person, but he's not. Anyway, thanks to my brother-in-law, Marty Disler, and my good friend, Angela.
And let's not forget, from the Top Hat Dinner Theater's production of Give 'Em Hell Dudley, Mr. Ron Hutman as the Mountie.
Mr. Shatner was not arrested?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, but he was a little scared until I put him in the cab and sent him back to his hotel.
Jen, now come on, you remember when I was being held prisoner in the Yukon Territory and I went to the bathroom? Well, what I did was I went and I called Ron at the Top Hat Dinner Theater, knowing he'd still be in costume.
Please spare me the details. See you next time, okay? You had him.